Welcome, welcome. Come on in, come on in. Okay, welcome back. Um, hold on. I'm sorry, I had to kick my mother out. She's sneezing and snotting. Oh, welcome back. We are refreshed. Oh, we need to take those vacations more often, don't we? And for all of you who want to see if there's going to be any drama in here. Hey, Wyoming, good to see you. Douglas, very good to see you. You're not going to find drama here, okay? Because what we're going to discuss is finances. Yay! This is the thing that's going on with Dolton and Thornton Township. But we're going to look at Dolton today. But there is one thing. Lunchtime. What are you having for lunch? And my cat Bear wants to chime in as well. And if you hear traffic, I have my window open. Yes, Bear. Say hello. Goodbye. What's for lunch, Wyoming? I did hear about something going on at the meeting on January 6th. I have 4 by accident, but by blessing, yeah. Southern green beans and potatoes and bacon. Oh, I love bacon. I could eat a pound of bacon. It's terrible. But the meeting for January 6th, I encouraged residents to go and ask about the warrant list that I have been producing. Hi, Relo. Good to see you. However, something's going to be going on, and I don't want to say it might not be safe, but there's something set up, and the innocent residents who want to come and express their opinions might not be able to do that respectively. Thank you, Douglas. I'm also going to be posting a tutorial about mail-in votes. Someone said it's war now. Yeah, camouflage. I don't agree with that because I am a veteran. That just takes away from the veterans' sacrifices. And I don't agree with wearing military garb. But whatever people do is what they're going to do. That's just my take on it. So, I do want to do a tutorial on mail-in voting. Hey, Mouse Toes, good to see you. Because I have caught wind of some possible election, it's not interference. I don't really want to call it bullying. But you know how it goes at election times. So I will be doing that for the residents of Dolton and Thornton Township. Yeah, 2 meetings, one at the township at 4 on Monday. Ugh. Dear Lord. Most residents are just wanting this to end, and I can't blame them. Fraud, I wouldn't say fraud, mouse toes. You know, who you voting for? You know, kind of that type of thing. Pressure. Maybe pressure? But it could be, it might not be, I don't know. So I will be doing that for the residents, so they don't have to put up with any kind of harassment from whoever could be, possibly, allegedly, putting it that way, trying to sway your vote. Deliberate confusion. Aren't we all confused, Tracy? We are all confused. What I want to show here today is share my screen. I'll share that screen. Voila. Now, this is a financial report from January 31st, 2024. And it contains a lot of things. It's 44 pages long. So, I believe a lot of Lori Lightfoot's report came out of this. And these are unaudited reports. And I want to stress that. Unaudited. So you have this tit for tat going on. Who's lying, who's not. Everybody knows my feelings on that. If any elected official would just show these reports, then people would know what's going on. But we're not doing that. We're still not doing that. But I have good news. They updated the website. No meeting minutes yet for 3 years. You know, what are you going to do? They're making progress, I think. I did email Jason House maybe 3 weeks ago and asked him about that. And he says, I can't say word for word because I don't have the email in front of me. That's not acceptable. And he would, you know, correct it. But I did look it up today when I got home, and voila, we'll be covering that. The tat will be, well, this is unaudited and blah, blah. Well, yeah, I know. But, you know, Lori Lightfoot used it in her report, and she stressed it was unaudited information. So, you know, fight with Lori. They won't bring any paperwork themselves, if you know. Yeah, and I'm going to go over this January 2nd, 2024 meeting. And it is, you know, Tiffany, she gives me a headache. She talks for an hour and a half. Yes, Jason House is being timely and cooperative. He has never once not answered an email from me. So the question is, have the residents emailed him for information? Because he has no trouble giving it to me. And so you have to wonder, has the residents emailed him for information? But they are starting to get that website up and running. But I want to go ahead and play this January 2nd, 2020. Let me see. Edit.
The motion, and someone just motion and second it. All right, go ahead.
Okay, the motion that we're asking for from the board is a motion to give settlement authority to the attorneys as discussed in closed session.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been motion and second. Please call the roll.
Who second?
Belcher.
Thank you, Belcher. Trustee Norwood,
Aye.
trustee Stan Brown,
Aye.
trustee Tammy Brown,
Aye.
trustee House,
Aye.
trustee Holmes,
Aye.
trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Why is Andrew Holmes on the board? Just a question. Does he do anything except say aye and no? It doesn't seem like it to me, but yeah. People, I guess it doesn't dawn on elected officials that, providing the information to the residents would actually help them. Vote placemat. Douglas. So right off the bat, in 2024, we have a settlement. This is why insurances go up. And I know they have this thing with the insurance in Thornton Township. We're not going to talk about that today. A whole different set of circumstances. Anyways, so right off the bat, we have a settlement. If you get in a car wreck 6 times a year, what's that going to do to your auto insurance? You're A, not going to be able to get insurance from certain companies, or B, it's going to be skyrocketed. So, yeah, they cancel you. Yes. So all of these lawsuits back and forth. I'm not saying one-sided or the other, but just produce the finances. Can't you do that? Okay, so let's get started on this shit show that's going to occur.
Motion passed.
All right. Next, we have corporate bills. Trustee Stan Brown.
Okay. Electronic warrant list for November the 30th, 2023. Corporate payment register, $363,676.15. Water fund register, $685,903.14. American Rescue Plan register, $32,713.20 for a total corporate payments of $1,082,292.49.
Is that your motion to pay the bills? All right. Is there a second?
Second.
Been motion and second. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Mayor, I have a comment on.
Sorry about that. Cutting in. But yeah. Well, you see, Wyoming, they have this 2-term limit for trustees. I'm not so sure about mayor. I don't think that applies for the mayor, but trustees, I know they have a 2-term limit. And that's why Jason is running for mayor this time, because he's at the end of his term. Usually I like to show the warrant list that goes with these numbers that they just spew out. But I do not have the electronic warrant list for this particular session.
This one.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay. I do have some amendments I want to suggest. There are items on here that, and this is the credit card warrant list. As a board member, I have not seen the credit card statement since May. I have not had access to receipts on any of these. So there are some items on here that I would like to amend if this motion is unsuccessful. Thank you.
Did you make the motion that you want? What you want to change?
Well, there's a current motion on waiting to see if that's it. Should I amend it now?
You want to amend the motion? You want to change the credit?
Are you trying to make a superseding motion?
if I can do that, I would like to, yes.
Well, I procedurally, so that's what you're trying to do. So you're trying to do a motion over the current motion that's pending.
Sure, yes, let's do that.
Okay.
I can
Go.
make a motion at this
Go
point?
ahead, make your motion.
Okay, I would like to make a superseding motion. I'm gonna write that down. I would like to make a superseding motion for the bills as read, amending and removing the following items on page 2, Aurelio's Pizza. Sorry. $131.63. Page 2, Best Western Plus, $318.14. Page 2, Chicago Midway Airport, $200. Page 3, Cooper's Hawk Winery, $557.68. Page 3, Dollar Tree, $145.32. Page 3, Food for Less, $107.99. Page 6, Irie Jerk Hut, $1,356.22. Page 6, Italian Fiesta, $113.59. Page 6, JJ Fish and Chicken, $68. Page 7, Johnny T's Bistro and Blues, $90.30. Page 7, Kirk's Barbecue, $676. Page 8, Potbelly Sandwich Shop, $126.57. Page 8, Ruby Soul Food, $674. Page 9, Sophia Tamales and Corn, $2,400 even. And page 9, the Tasty Crab, $458.79. My motion will be that we pay the bills as read, removing the items stated.
Now you notice Jason House has taken out all of these, yes, restaurants and food. You make so much money. All of these people do. You know, all the administration. You know, how much does the VA make? How much does the, I don't know if they have a finance director anymore. No department heads are showing up to board meetings. Yeah, bring a sandwich and pop. I mean, where did they get crab and they get it shipped in? Yeah, and the high property taxes. Well, you know, they like to use it as a staff lunch or a training lunch, I've noticed on the warrant list. And that's why, you know, I was screaming 6 months ago, get the warrant list. And nobody believed me. No, but these warrant lists are very, very detailed. And that is what the trustees are reading off of. Should they be buying from all of these restaurants? Are you kidding me? Yeah, I don't think I'd eat at Illinois Tasty Crab either. Lake Michigan, maybe? Do they have crab in Lake Michigan? I'm not quite sure. Yeah. Ugh. But all these restaurant bills. And this is an electronic warrant list. So, yeah, PBJ. But all of these people in that administration are making a lot of money. And they are ordering outrageous prices for these. And I wish I had this warrant list. This is January, and they're reading the warrant list for November of 2022. I don't know why. I can't answer it. Yeah. It's a village of 20,000 people. I know. These people in administration are eating serpent turf. And what was it? I don't know. Hog Wild and all this other bull. For training lunches? Give me a break. What are you training? You know, when we go to training, it was always donuts and coffee and fend for yourself at lunch. Yeah. They do have a lot of money. Hey, Spag, good to see you. We're just starting out, so you're good. But yeah, Jason's taking off all the restaurant fees. And it's, who does this? Who does it? I don't know. Here we go.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, it's been motion and second. Any discussion? All right, so I have a
question.
discussion. So
Yeah.
well, the problem I have with you guys coming to board meetings and acting as though y'all don't get things, I don't appreciate. I think this year you should tell the truth that you guys don't do your job. And if you need information, you should ask for information that you feel you need. Don't.
Can I just say shut up? just shut up. Because this is when she gets really arrogant and really downplaying. Not that she didn't before, but yeah, fancy shit. Yeah, I can't believe it. But they see it on the warrant list. They've got it. But they don't want to buy your lunches. And these aren't even lunches. These are restaurants that are very expensive. Very expensive. Okay, let's go.
Don't get to a board meeting and put on a show. How you gonna lead Trustee House when you don't even know where to start? You have to lead. Stop leading blind. You're leading them blindly. And
I'm sorry. One more time, I promise. But talking about a leader, Tiffany, you cannot lead. And I'm sorry to say that, but you can't. Potato and TK, how are you? You cannot do this and say that you are a leader. It is the trustee's job to go through the bills and approve them. Yeah, they all hit a wall. And it's terrible. Yeah, they feed the inmates. That's a pet peeve with me, Tracy. Inmates, McDonald's. But then I thought about it because we have an actual jail. And maybe they don't in Dolton. Maybe it's just intake. You know, they get arrested, processed, and maybe then they're shipped off. But still, have sandwiches there. Intimidation and manipulation are not leader qualities. You got that right. Hi, Jimmy Zab. Good to see you. It's like she practices these lines at night. Don't be sorry about not being a leader. You can't lead like this. There's absolutely no way. And this meeting is going to get crazy. Yeah, Tracy, it's probably, you know, when they first get arrested, but still, you know, you got a refrigerator and put sandwiches in it or something, McDonald's. But that's the way they do it. So what are you going to, that's the way they do it. You know, yeah, depends on the seriousness of the crime too. Allegedly that they have committed. So they're just being processed. Okay, here we go. Shut my mouth.
y'all following him. That's the sad part about it. Prime example. This is a what? Electric warrant list. That means they did what? It's already spent. So how dare you get here and showboat for the people out there in the audience? You already know what it is. So why are we sitting here playing this?
Yes, it's your overspending on food. Sorry.
Game, wasting time, saying I'm gonna take this out, that out. It's already been paid. Come on now, stop playing. This is 2024. Let's move forward. Let's handle the business and stop letting the business handle y'all, because y'all keep coming and playing games. I'm just over it. Like, come on, let's focus on the business, move forward. And if anybody know what our authorities are up here, which let me remind you, if my authority is $5,000, y'all pulling out $200, $100, stop it. If his authority is $20,000, stop it. That's what I'm saying. It's a show. Stop sending the people off. Let's move forward with the business. It's an electric warrant list. That means it has been paid. But go ahead for the obstacles. If y'all want to do that, call the roll, clerk.
Mayor, you asked for discussion, then I tried to speak and you started talking. So can I?
No, I didn't start talking. Y'all didn't hear you say anything. But if you want to say something, just ask to be recognized again.
What can I
we
be
gonna run this
recognized?
business the way it's supposed to. Let's be respectable. Follow Robert rules of order. But go ahead, since you got something to say now.
I do have something
Go ahead.
to say. It's an electronic warrant list. Electronic. Also, you made it very clear that these have been paid. Last meeting, which I said, and the finance director wasn't here at that time, but I'm so glad she's here now. She stated that we didn't have a credit card anymore because she said the trustees cut it off.
That's true.
Oh, okay. So if we don't have, I requested in the email, could we get the final statement? Because if we haven't received the credit card since May of 2023, and she stated that we cut it off, no documentation has showed that it's been cut off. So what card are they using outside of ACH debits?
Okay, before you start, I'm gonna give you the flow. Let's clear some things up. You guys did cut it off.
When?
You guys, hold on, I'm gonna explain it so you'll know. You guys had control of the bank account that Trustee House did illegally, and Clerk Key went illegally and hijacked the bank account for an entire year. You know, like I know, anybody that understand money know that you cannot see anybody's information when someone else is on the bank account.
That's
That
not
means
a
the
debit
credit card. Hold
It's a
on.
credit card. Not
That's
a
what I'm
debit
speaking
card.
of. You gonna let me finish?
Go ahead.
That's why I said we got to be respectful. You say your stuff, I'll be quiet. You got to be quiet when I talk. So what I'm saying to you is that if you guys have done that, which y'all did as trustees, no one up here could see anything that y'all was doing for an entire year. We didn't have access to anything because Jason House was on the bank account, and so was Allison Key. The mayor wasn't on it. So we couldn't call, check up, check in, see what was going on, because you guys was the holders on the account. So that's number one. Number two, I'm going to let her respond to your question, because you get here at a board meeting and you know how to pick up the phone, call my phone.
Girl,
Hopefully you'll do that this year, since you said you want change and you want us to work together. It had to start by starting Trustee Belcher. You can't sit here and say that out your mouth and then don't do it. So we're going to see what happened, because you could have called if you had questions instead of coming, put on the same show we just did for an entire year. Y'all should be tired of that. Y'all should be ready to actually do some progress here in the village, besides sit here and we arguing over a warrant list. Come on now.
I'm sorry, but Douglas, you're cracking me up. Poor Douglas. He's so conflicted. Somebody in the chat help him out. Please.
People do work in our village. They should be paid for the work they have done. But yet y'all hold the progress, hold the people hostage, picking and choosing who y'all want to pay. That's not right. That's discriminatory. You guys are discriminating against people because what? They didn't give y'all money for y'all D2s? Like, why do y'all pull people out of this trustee house? Y'all need to stop with the mess. Go ahead, finance director.
Good evening. Our bank accounts do not have a debit card, to be clear. The credit cards are issued by the bank. The last card was canceled or suspended in June by whoever had administrative rights over that account, which is not anyone sitting up here.
Thank you.
That's staff. So the last statement that you received was in June for that account.
Okay. The last statement we received was in May. I said it, and I was very clear when I said it. I said in communication, because you just stated be respectful to people, not you, Tangenique. I'm talking to the mayor. Be respectful, but Janice Johnson had access to the account. So for mayor, for you to sit there and say only the clerk and Jason House, that's an absolute lie, because she cuts the check. So I'm sure she wasn't cutting the check blindly. Also, we have stuff on this list from June. She makes the decisions what checks go out, what y'all tell her to hold and not hold. So that means she had access because we had emails from the bank that showed the people that had access and control, because at some point you guys stopped letting the clerk and Jason House even see what was in the account, and they had to send the information via email. So don't get up here and say nobody had access to the account, because Janice Johnson and I'm sure the finance director Tangenique had access. Nevertheless, I just want to be very clear, because I requested, if you're saying that it was canceled, show us the June statement that was canceled, because for at some point or some shape, form, or fashion, when you did get back on the bank account and the clerk was on the account at the time, the last statement starts showing the American Express card that's been used through the police department, when Tangenique said there was no credit card at all, when the American Express card originally had $3,000 here, $3,000 there that we were seeing until we were moved from my viewpoint. Now it's 37,000. 50,000, 28,000. So that means that all of the transactions that was on the Fifth Third account have now been used through the American Express card. I don't care if it's Fifth Third, American Express, US Bank, we're entitled to it. So please just give us access to either accounts payable again on my viewpoint or the credit card, so we don't have to sit here. We can see what you spent it on and move forward. I see something on here that Trustee House took off, which I would have been like, oh, I think I know what that is, from the way that it's line item, but I'm not going to sit here and fight a battle that I don't have a receipt for. So just be fair.
Can I address?
Go ahead.
Janice had access to see the account, to print out bank balances, which we had to do based on a court order.
Yes.
That's why we provided bank balances daily. That was by court order.
Right, but the mayor just said that nobody had access to it.
Administrative access.
Wait a minute. Hi, Brandon. Good to see you. Did Tangenique just say she provided bank statements? Okay.
Was only by the two people who were over the account, which they were the only ones who could add or cancel any card on the account. That was not something Janice could do. She did not have that access.
Correct.
Any check that Janice cut had to be signed by those two people who had administrative access. Janice could not issue a check without those signatures first.
Preach.
Is there anything else?
No, you got
Trustee House.
Tiffany, just stop. Let people explain what they need to explain. This is what is crazy. Poor Douglas. You can distract Keith P. with a box of hose. I can't. I'm sorry. Yes. Yes. They're always fighting for control over those bank accounts. But, Clerk Key has been on the bank account, hasn't she? But wait a minute. In Lori Lightfoot's presentation, they said there was 22 bank accounts. 22? Is that a thing? Because I don't know. That's weird. Yeah, I don't either. Mouse toes. But okay, continue on.
Or Clerk Key. Did either one of y'all cut off the credit card?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Email from the bank.
Please forward the email to the Board of Trustees.
You can have it tonight.
Now, I've been waiting on a whole lot of stuff.
Okay,
that you said I
so-
had.
Well, you go get that email
I
tonight.
have a comment, Mayor.
Okay, go ahead.
When we're talking about access to the bank and the information, myself and Clerk Key, checks were printed by the finance department. Checks were presented to myself and the clerk. We would sign the checks, assuming they were approved on the warrant list. Once the checks were signed, they were handed.
Wait a minute. This is what confuses me. He said checks were presented by the finance department. They signed them assuming they were approved on the warrant list. Hey, Berg. I have a problem with that statement. Okay.
And it immediately back to the finance department. Now, what happened with the checks beyond that point was beyond Clerk Key and myself's knowledge. Some checks were released, from my understanding, some checks were not released. But that's past the point of our role in that process. Secondly, when we're talking about the credit card, I made no request to cancel a credit card. I would have liked to. I'll be honest with you, I would like to, but I made no changes. That everything was scrutinized through the court. If there was something improperly done, the court would say so. So there was no changes. And then additionally, when we're talking about credit card charges, in order to make a charge on the credit card, you have to have the credit card in your hand. So every item that we're talking about being charged had nothing to do with myself, had nothing to do with Clerk Key. It had to do with the card holder and the person that had the card in their hand. I didn't take any trips. I didn't fly anywhere. I didn't do anything that benefited Jason House or anybody else improper. Every charge we're talking about was done by the card holder. And so whoever authorized that, that's their responsibility. As Trustee Belcher mentioned, all we're really asking for is the documentation and the proof. Personally, I would say ask that it be put on the website so that way it's transparent, because we spend a lot of time in this meeting saying, I sent that, I didn't send it. At this point, please, anything you send to me, put it on the website. I'll get it for myself. Thank you.
Lana, so good to see you. Very good to see you. I lost my train of thought because I was thinking on Lana. Oh, yes. Jason House said put it up on the website. We know that website has been in the toilet for 3 years now. But residents cannot get the damn information on the financials. And that's my issue with this whole thing. Potato, hold on a minute. Shouldn't it also be the clerk's job to send the checks out to the proper place? That way, a copy could be put with the file for records showing it was made. Okay, we have to give a prize to Potato for being the most intelligent one in the room. I'm sorry, not anything against anybody else. I didn't say that, did I? Didn't someone take Clerk Key off the account at one time? And they went back to court to put her on. Did they? Miss Sage, it's so good to see you. Douglas, you heard it. Figures. Can't send those checks out with $0 in the bank. That's right, Dwayne. Good to see you. That's right. And when I show you the financial for January of 2024, you will see what this is all about and how Dwayne is absolutely right. So here we go.
Go ahead, Tajanique. So you keep saying allege. That's not a true statement. Allegedly, use it the right way, because when they give you the check, it's the items you voted on, Trustee House. And for the record, it's many a times this body, this board have voted for you guys to sign checks and you refuse to sign the checks at all. So when you state facts, state the truth, state facts that make sense. You're making up things that sound good for you or what you feel that you want doing or whatever with a credit card. Stop. It's all like a spin cycle up here. That's all y'all do. Y'all get up here. We put on a show for the outside world. But yet, if you guys want any information, I'm going to say this and I'm going to say it again. All y'all have to do is ask. All y'all got to do is call me. I tell all y'all that don't none of y'all call me because y'all too busy fighting. Y'all too busy doing a smear campaign. And all you got to do is call if y'all wanted any type of information, any. But no one calls my phone. We get to a board meeting and we sit here for hours.
I want to call her phone. I don't remember what it was though.
Going back and forth over, you said this, we doing this was going on. This person got the car. Like, come on, stop. It's kiddie stuff. It's like, I'm over it. Like, stop. Let's move forward. And all I was stating is y'all making a show about something that's already approved and you pulling it out that's already approved. It don't make sense. It's for what? Optics? To chop up a video? What is for? Because it ain't the truth. I just wish y'all just focus on the truth. That's all I want. So we're going to move forward because we'll be here all night. We on the electric warrant. We still
May I
got,
be recognized?
okay, 1 second. We still got AP warrant list and 3 other items. So go ahead.
Mayor, we, in the spirit of working together, because it is 2024 and we all just sat up here and stated that our whole goal is to work together for the betterment of the community. When you sit here and you say, can you hear me? When you sit here and you say we don't want to go back and forth, we do not want to go back and forth. But then you all say out of your mouths, we have credit card statements that we don't have. They're missing. They're clearly missing if we do not have them, if they were not emailed to us, if they were not sent to us. And as we all know, my viewpoint access, our access has been denied, restricted, should I say. So yes, we can access it, but we cannot look up receipts. I remember as a trustee, you sat in that very seat and you stated to the mayor at the time that you would not blindly vote on bills or options that you've met on things that were purchased that you cannot present receipts or evidence for. You stated that out of your mouth as a trustee. So it baffles me that we sit up here and now that you're the mayor, when the very trustees are asking for this information, you're stating in that term, oh, well, we've sent it to you, knowing that you all didn't. We're not asking for anything that you didn't ask for as a trustee. Let's first make that clear. We're also missing financial statements. We haven't received financial statements in months. How is it that as a board, we're over the finances? That's the trustee's job. We keep hearing, oh, well, no one's doing their job. No one's doing their job. This is our job. We are here for checks and balances, whether you all like it or not. So if we request the information, it should be provided to us. But yet we sit here and then we have invoices. We have emails every day. Dear.
Okay, I'm sorry, Brittany. Scott, welcome. Very good to see you. If you hear traffic, I do have my window open. Yeah. You just can't throw something on the electric warrant list. I got that too, mouse toes. The electric warrant list. And okay, yeah, it's already been spent, but they want receipts. And it's obvious what is being spent. Food. These people should weigh 300 pounds sitting up there on that administrative board, right? Am I wrong? I don't know.
Dear Village of Dolton, let's start here. Dear Village of Dolton, I have a payment for work that I've done. I'm going to take out the invoice number for their privacy. Where Village of Dolton they purchased lights. The board approved the lights in June. Here it is. We're in January of the following year. They haven't received payment. Here's another email. Please see email below from the vindicator indicating that he has not received payment or communication on this bill. Payment invoice. Then he have all of these invoices. This object was approved by the board in September, and we're steady waiting for payments. Hold on. There's one more.
Are you done?
No, there's one more. Hold on. Let me locate it. Here we are, 9/11 from this vendor. We called Keith at 12. He said that the check was mailed. We spoke to Janice. They said that the
I'm sorry, I have to interrupt. Critical is in the house. Critical, great to see you, my friend.
check was mailed. The email was sent. Several calls to the villages, which were all unanswered. Then we sent emails to the following trustees: Jason House, Brittany Norwood, Kiana Belcher. So when we're receiving these invoices and when we're questioning these things, we're not doing it to go back and forth. There has to be some type of transparency. We will not be able to work forward as a village if we don't have transparency. And that's all we're asking for. If you don't want to email us the receipts or provide us with the receipts, make it easy. Provide us backward access with my viewpoint so that we're not back and forth. But I just want to state for the record that it's unfair that as the mayor, you don't see fit for us to receive this information. But as trustee, this is the very thing that you were fighting for, transparency. Thank you, Mayor.
For the record, trustee, you guys get everything that we have. We send an email, you get the financial reports, you get everything. And I've shown that in videos. Now you want me to go do some more work and show you again that you get what we tell you you should have. Now, as relates to
No, they don't need videos. They need the paperwork. You know, it's that attorney, don't you? Okay, not going there.
transparency. We have been nothing but transparent here at the Village of Dolton. You guys can do spin cycles, scare tactics, tell people that we not when we are. At the end of the day, I keep stating this. If it's something that you don't feel comfortable with when you come to this meeting, you have literally 48 hours to make sure you reach out, ask questions, bring up an invoice, talk about a receipt, whatever it is. But y'all all choose not to, because this is your only time to get on a platform and talk or say whatever you want to say. When y'all really, if you're gonna be adult about it, call somebody phone, ask the question. But y'all don't. So now when y'all get up here, you point the finger, this person ain't doing this person ain't doing that. Well, all y'all have to do is pick up a phone, call, get your questions answered, and you will have everything that you need. But yet we gotta sit here and throw tantrums and go back and forth with one another about what you said, you did, you didn't get, all of that. Like, come on. Like I said, y'all should be tired of it. Y'all can't keep coming up here making the same excuses when y'all not doing y'all job. That's really what it boils down to. Until y'all do y'all job, y'all can stop with the mess. Miss me with all that in 2024, because we here to do the business. So with that being said, call the roll, Clerk Key. Let's move on. We got another warrant list, please.
Clerk
Thank
Key, is this vote for with the amendments? For
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay, thank you. Wanna make
Okay.
sure.
Trustee Norwood,
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown,
No.
Trustee Tammy Brown, Trustee House,
Aye.
Trustee Holmes,
No.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion
Okay,
passed.
moving on. Like, that was pointless. That was just dumb.
Francois, it's so good to see you, my friend. Yeah, I'm trying to keep track of the chat, and I'm just not X that question. Now, upcoming is the AP warrant list, in which I do have, which is going to be interesting.
So now moving on. AP warrant list. Trustee Stan Brown.
AP warrant list, January the 2nd, 2024. Corporate payment register, $2,537,872.56. Gross payroll, December the 1st, 2023, $442,198.62. Gross payroll, December the 15th, 2023, $468,898.71. Gross payroll, December the 29th, 2023, $520,000. Additional payroll check, $362.06. Melanie Fitness Center register, $14,502.20. Total corporate payments, $3,983,834.15.
Okay, AP warrant list, accounts payable. Thank you, Douglas. And the electronic, not electric warrant list. Cynthia, so good to see you. Is like credit cards. Okay. So they're electronically paid. Oh, and I think some of the leases are electronic too. I'm not quite sure. Wyoming, thank you so much for those 5 gifted memberships. I appreciate it. So let's look at, oh, that's the wrong one. Hold up. Hold on. Where am I? Oh, there I am. See if I can. Okay. Now, this is what Stan Brown just read into record. Can you see it okay? Brandon, it's good to see you, and you got a membership. Yay! Did Francois get a membership? I hope so. This is what Stan Brown just read into record. You know, when you're sitting in the audience, it's a lot of numbers, and nobody pays attention to those numbers, which, I'll say it again, these warrant lists should be presented to the residents as they enter the meeting. That's how it's usually done. But let's continue on, Stan.
All right, is that your motion?
It's a motion to accept these bills as read.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
Is there a motion and second? Any discussion?
Yes, Mayor, I also have a superseding motion
All right,
for this list as well.
okay.
I would like to request the bills as read with the following items removed. Page 9, existing concrete, $14,123.03. Page 10, 5-star, $62,375. Page 12, John's Pro Tree Services, $155,000. Page 13, K&M Ventures, $183,950. Page 14, Lopez Lawn Maintenance, $10,050. Page 17, Pekarsky and Sons, $30,740. Page 18, Raoul and Sons, $181,950. And page 21, 2J's Sheet Metal Works, $58,750. My motion is to approve the bills with the amendment stated.
Okay, that's great. A lot of numbers, a lot of names, right? What's missing? Can anybody tell me? What is missing from this equation? What was paid? You always hear what is, yes, please like, subscribe. But what are they paying? You hear what they're taking out all the time. And this warrant list is what, $4 million? And this is the problem I have. You have all these numbers flying all over the place. People are in the audience. They have no idea what you're talking about. So we're going to look at this AP warrant list. And hopefully I can do this. Okay. So we're going to scroll on down and find out. Let me see. Is that bigger? Let me get my face out of. Can I do that and still talk? Okay, so I can't talk while I see it. Okay, so I won't be able to see your comments because I have to scroll through. All right. Here is everything on this warrant list. Okay. For January. Affordable party planners, the 3C. This is a lease payment. I believe it is. You can remind me what was taken out because I just can't. He went so fast. Usually I do this in a video. AT&T, man. Okay, AutoZone, fuel. Here's this insane. This bugs me. Okay. Yep, bond payment. Why are individuals being paid for property? It ranges from $500 to $1,500. Yeah, they kept on removing Raoul and Sons. But here's the thing. Henyard just calls up companies and says, I need this work done. do they have RFPs? Were they approved by the board? Because they have to be approved by that board, don't they? It goes back to the property. Yeah, what is it for though, Douglas? Are they insured as well? Yeah, the village is insured so far. If I was an insurance company, I would not insure this village or township. There's just too many lawsuits. And not just back and forth between the trustees and the administration, but from citizens, like FOIA requests. People are filing lawsuits for FOIA requests. Yeah, all the work must be approved. You just can't pick up the phone and say, hey, unless it's an emergency. If it's an emergency, I can understand, if a tornado goes by and twists everything out of shape, Thank you, Dwayne. You have to be on an approved vendors list. What is wrong with RFPs? Are they used to do them when Rogers was in, right? Okay, so let's get going. Blue Cross, Blue Shield, Bud's Ambulance, CNN Pipe, Cops, Calumet City, Plumbing. Isn't Public Works doing sewer repairs? Maybe they can't handle it. I don't know. What is this? Claims, administration fee, $150,000. Did Jason take that out? Hi, Sloan. Good to see you. Has executive power to all of those things. The mayor has the power to go around those, to go around the RFPs. Is it if it's an emergency? Do you mean Sloan? Or just hey, Kaya? Kay? I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I'm sorry if I'm not. No doubt the company she picks is Old Illinois Company with known kick. Ooh, I'll say it allegedly. That is built into the job description of mayor. I've never looked that up. To be honest, I've never looked up the job description of the mayor. Yeah, allegedly. We have to put that in there, don't we? Nowadays. That's interesting. The trustees win court cases because the vendor wasn't. Yeah, but what happened to the RFPs? And they used to be public, because I know at the Lightfoot report, Jason announced a new tow company that they had an RFP with. But I thought those RFPs, they used to be during Rogers' reign. They used to be done in the public domain, so the public could hear their proposals as well. Oh, yeah, it's the court. And hi, Karen. It's good to see you. You're fine. We're just going over the AP warrant list for January 2024 as we get through this horrendous board meeting. Okay, so here's $150,000 for a claim, and I don't remember if Jason took it off the warrant list or not. Yeah, they were supposed to be done at the cow meetings. Do they have cow meetings anymore? Do the trustees still have cow meeting and regular meeting? Well, I know okay, so the mayor is attending the meetings now. But is there two now? Ah, over $1,000. Thanks, Dwayne. There used to be Francois. Cow meeting is committee of the whole, but thank you, Francois. Yeah, no farm animals. Should be. The way this village is going, you would think so. If you type Village of Dolton RFP process on Google, it's going fast. The first result is reference to the page for the RFP process. Okay, thank you, Scott. I appreciate it. Potato gaming. It looks like nothing was found at this. Oh. Yeah, the website has some things in it. That's why Tiffany can do all that stuff and the trustees can't. These things should be in the Dolton Village Constitution. There is a separation of power. Yes, there is a separation of powers. She is the, oh God. Trustees are legislative, and give me a break. Henyard is executive. God, I had to pull that out of my ass. Yeah. Rollins, they do trucking and trees in the area in Indiana. Ah. Okay. Yeah, they used to have those committee meetings. But why aren't they having them now? Are they still, they're just doing one a month still, right? And are those being set up by the trustees or by Henyard? Okay. Oh, it's been gone since 2020, Scott says. Okay. Let's get to this. Parts warehouse had a gas leak. Oh, that was a big thing, wasn't it? That gas leak. 135,000. Cintas. City of Chicago. Somebody didn't have a front plate, I imagine, when they drove into Chicago. The Garden Center. Okay. Cleaning specialist. Comcast. Commonwealth Edison. Cook County board ups. So these are all the things they are approving, minus what Jason House took out. A pavilion in November 2022 for $90,000. $90,000. Yes. Henyard did show that gas leak, and that was dangerous. And it was right next to the firefighters, right? Right? Yeah. That was dangerous. And the trustee said no. And in that situation, that was dangerous. And it should have been fixed right away, and it was. Say, the board said no to it, and it blew up. Who's going to get blamed? Guess who? Yeah. Let it happen. Oh, that's a good one, Douglas. Yeah, I didn't agree with that at all. With the trustees on that gas leak. It was clear as day. They just had to look at it, walk up to it and look at it. And, you're putting firefighters at risk as well. Yeah, they did fix it. And I don't know why they wouldn't approve that bill, but they did have it fixed. Okay, here we go. That pavilion, $90,000. You can't do that stuff. Creative cuts, landscaping, software. Oh, somebody got their ticket voided. Good for them. National Light Insurance. Delgado. Wow, look at the Jiminy Crickets. Look at all those. Now, look at the dates here. 2021, 2022. Okay. Oh my God, you know what? I'm on January 2023. How did I do that to myself? I just shot myself in the foot. But, oh my God. I just killed myself. How did I do that? How did I delete the wrong one? I'm so sorry. Oh, jeez. I am so sorry. Let's remove that. Call me dumb. I am dumb. Okay. So, share the screen. There we go. Let's see it for January of 2024. So, almost $4 million in bills. Dear Lord, I am so sorry about that. Oops. Make it bigger. Zip it down. Okay. See, now this is a company getting paid $1,000 for this property. And I am so sorry we went through that warrant list and it wasn't even, the right one. But why are they paying a business $1,000 for? I'm assuming, and we all know that makes an ass out of you and me, but yeah, all of these years are outrageous, but here you go, another $500. I don't get it. Somebody got a refund for $500, but here's another address, and I looked at these addresses. Okay. Citations and notices. Somebody got a $500. These were not taken out of the list, okay, by Jason House. This person got $1,000. This person got $1,000 as well. It's crazy to see this. And it's frustrating. Yes, Douglas, 2023 is also important. I'm quite sure I did a video on it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, because I like to mix the meetings in with the warrant list so people can follow along. This would not be necessary if any of the elected officials, any of them, would simply have these waiting for the residents as they enter the meeting, so they could follow along too. But I don't understand why this is so difficult to do. And then you could say, yep, she's lying. Nope, they're lying. Because they both can't be right? I missed some kind of conversation. Someone should have told the judge that sided with the trustees. I don't know what it was. Just because Tiffany is wrong, the trustees still have to pay all the bills no matter what. I'm not sure about that. Because when Rogers was mayor, the trustees took out bills from the warrant list. So it was happening, way back then when Henyard was trustee, right? But I don't know. But if they're not, if they don't have a contract with the village, and this is my issue, if a company does not have a contract with the village, that leaves the village wide open, doesn't it? Because Henyard could just call up anybody for anything and say, well, you have to pay them because they did the work. Yes, they did the work. And trees. I don't understand all of these trees. There's something wrong with that. And there's a couple of residents. No, not burgundy blue. A couple of residents are going to do a drive through the village so I could see all of these trees. Yeah, I mean, if it's an emergency, then I believe the mayor has power to say, come in, get it done, like the gas leak, if there's a tornado and there's trees everywhere, it's a national, not national disaster, I'm sorry, disaster, then yeah, I believe she has the right to say, come in, clean this up. Definitely. Yeah, she must declare an emergency. Did she do that for the gas leak? That was certainly an emergency. And Sloan, we're listening to you. This isn't a one-sided channel. We love conversations. Let me rephrase that. Adult conversations. So, yeah, Dwayne, I have to agree with that. It's I don't know. Everybody says I'll show you the receipts. Has anybody showed us any receipts? Or has anybody showed the residents any of the receipts? Oh, thank you, Sloan. And you're welcome to put your opinion in here, whatever it is. And you will be respected for it. Attacking other, commenters, I don't do. And I have blocked 2 people for that. And that was a while back. If they have, the conduct would show. Yeah. So it's an easy fix, isn't it? All they have to do is present the warrant lists. Now, there was December 2023, I believe, a $5 million warrant list. Okay. Tammy Brown voted yes for it because her friend was on that warrant list. And that's in this video. Okay. And, I did put it on a separate video. So, wait. Is that wrong? It is, Tammy, you voted on a $5 million warrant list so your friend could be paid. And that's the only reason you did it. So, and that's public. That's on video. So you got to kind of wonder what's going on. Thank you, Sloan. Thank you. Yeah, it is good that they have term limits. Yes, put aside the personal hatred. We're not going to deal with these other channels. I shut down my software. I don't care what they say anymore. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares. They can have their hatred. I'll tell you, spending time in the barns was wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful and exactly what I needed. Because does anybody know what the word hate means? Because I've never felt it. Yeah, muddled the water by not paying some of the bills. Yes, because contractors will go after the village. But who pays in the end for any of this? The residents. The residents. Hi, Pamela. Thank you so much and welcome. You don't pay a bill because she says so. Yes, and that's the whole thing with the RFPs. Whoa, that went fast. If your charge card came with unauthorized purchases, you wouldn't pay it. It goes into the dispute. Yes. Yeah. Now, hate has ate the yeah, it has. It has severed this community. And all they have to do is provide these financial statements. Yeah, that's all they have to do. It is a simple fix. And people won't be wondering, well, okay, the trustees are, telling the truth. Henyard's like, we know we've caught Henyard in lies. We know she's not a good leader. You can't be a leader and do the crap that she's doing. You just can't. Okay, let's zip through this. Oh gosh, this is 24 pages. This AP warrant list. Okay. Alrighty. Somebody got $150 refund. Bud's ambulance, CM pipe, cops testing. A lot of these are just on here for different times, Chicago Police Department basic training. Here's another $500 payment for some house. Comcast, Commonwealth Edison, dun, dun, dun. And I cannot see I can't see the chat while I'm scrolling. Contain it. What do you need ocean cargo containers for? Can somebody explain that to me? Ocean cargo container. Those things are huge. What would you need to store in that? I don't know. Okay. Jeez. Core Consulting. I don't think they're doing much consulting. I'm sorry. Allegedly. They're on every month and they're up to date. They pay them. But I don't know what they're consulting on because the village is in tatters. Creative Cuts, landscaping. We see a lot of these every time. Escrow, refund. Oh, here's Delgado again. Wow. So this is from November, December 2023. $94,000, baby. Ooh. That's a lot. No wonder he has a Bentley. Okay. fencing around the water tank. Here's another $1,000 to an investment group. You know, it's unbelievable. Delgado's Connex storage, really? No one rides for free. Yes, the trustees do get a stipend. They do. Status quo, very good to see you. Early season for toy storage. Yeah. While I'm scrolling through these lists, I can't see the comments, but after I stop, I check on you, and that's okay. Okay. Firefighters. Okay. Another $1,000. Dowdell Properties and Solutions. Oh, and let's just have another $500. I don't know. Here you have, see, leases. Looks like fire chief room. Okay. This is water testing, which I agree with. Well, here's another $500 to somebody for an address. Yeah, I want my $1,000 too, potato. It's what is all of these addresses? I've looked them up, and they are occupied. You think they're flipping houses from land bank, allegedly? Yeah. This has been going on for quite some time. Looking back through the, from 2021, I can't remember 2021, but it's been going on for a couple of years now. Oh, Francois. Imagine when the Robert guy in a Thornton meeting read a list that took 20 minutes. Yeah. Most appear to be rehab, so it's suspect. Yeah. Well, remember, BP Capital and invest in Dolton. That charade. What a fiasco. People actually living in their homes kicked out. And those are court records. They've gotten up in board meetings and said that. So, yeah. Yeah, property. Are they refunds from water bills? Oh, Sloan. That's interesting. But why would it always be $1,000 or $500? That's a pretty even amount. I'm not saying it couldn't be possible. Yeah, Karen, look at those houses. Okay. I am going to stop reading the comments and continue on so you guys can have your conversations. Yes, Riley was against BP Capital. Yeah. Okay, existing concrete. We know that Jason just took this off the warrant list. Okay. So we know that. But this is EPA cleanup. EPA cleanup. So, I don't know. Federal Express, of course. Escrow fund, refund. Fire service. Oh, 24 pages these are. I'm going to try to do it quickly. 5-star. Well, they paid off 5-star from 2017 on. Why 2017 was on those warrant lists, I don't know. Henyard was trustee at that time. And I think Belcher said, well, you were trustees at that time. And she said, pause. She doesn't want to hear that. 62,000. Materials, coal patch, gem electric, data storage. Somebody got a $150 refund. Come on. $1,000 again. Now, Homewood disposal. We all know there's bonds out there too, so we'll be discussing those. Police, ILCO, fire and police, law enforcement, municipal league, public risk, workman's compensation. That's pretty cheap for the month. I've seen it way up. The tollway. I didn't know Illinois had a tollway, but okay. Escrow. Another $1,000. Overpayment of the ticket. Another $500. Casperate Group, $66,000. Now, Trina, hey, we ain't made word. I missed the whole conversation. I thought the addresses were all escrow. Oops, sorry, Trina. Returned from having work done on their homes for permits. Ah, that's what it is then. Very good to see you, Trina. Trina, if you don't know Trina, you have got to subscribe to her. She has got all of the facts. She has been at this forever fighting. So you've got to just subscribe. Another list has $1,000 board ups. Yeah, they've got board ups too. I don't know, Douglas. Okay, I'm gonna come back through, but here's Kasparek getting $66,000. I don't think Jason wanted to pay this guy. Here we go. $1,000. But Trina knows. Escrow refund. JX. Forfeiture release. Now I know Jason said he wasn't paying K&M Ventures. From the earliest date was what? August 2023. 183,000. Well, you might as well say 184,000. I can't read the chats while I'm reading this, so $1,000. Okay. Life insurance. Okay. I don't think he wanted to pay Lopez Long maintenance either. Electric. Mako. Inmate meals. Oh, dear. Am I going too fast? How much did Henyard get for the tree cutting grant? I don't know. She keeps talking about so many grants. Investment deals with mortgages, deeds, and titles. Ah, PP loans. Aha. Yeah. I know there's going to be a discussion in here where there's a $6.8 million grant and they wouldn't put it on the budget. But I don't know. Yes, Trina lives there. Trina knows. Okay, I'm going to stop reading comments. And Menards, they get a lot of business. Metropolitan. Does anybody use Ethernet? Yes, Wyoming. That's going to be in the financial report I'm going to show too. Okay. Flipping and rehabbing. Refund. 1,000 hours. Nickel Pro. Locksmith. Oh, that's just one room. Keys cut. We can speculate on that because we know all about being locked out of places. Okay. Just going to try to get through this quickly. I don't want to take up all the time, but I do want to show everybody when they go over the bills, this is what they are paying and what they are taking out. And it's important to know that. You know, the residents need to know what they're paying for. And it's an easy fix. Just print them up. The trustees can do it if the administration refuses. Just print it up for the residents, your constituents. Man, I'm sorry I can't see the comments where I comment. But Raul, I know they don't want to pay them. Okay, 1,000 hours. Robinson Engineering. Now, I think I've heard Robinson up there giving the engineering report, but I could be wrong. Okay. Yeah, Trina, that water department, come on. You mean to tell me you can't fix the water department and the water bills? You know, they've had trouble since Riley was in office. And House, Stan Brown, Tammy Brown, Henyard, all of these people were on the board. Ed Steve was on the board as well. You can't fix this water department problem. That's a problem. Okay, going back to the scrolling. Sorry, I can't read your comments while I'm doing it. That's a lot of canine treatment. Why? Now, Trina, I want to know why. What's going on with the animal non-existent control? You got all these canine treatments and, yeah, one sick-ass dog. The water would be a civil matter. The village runs the water department, right? Well, the issue is not who's investigating it. Why can't they fix their own shit? Oop, sorry. Why can't they fix it? It's their department. The water department is their department. They haven't been able to fix it in a decade. Yes. Thank you, Trina. See? Now what's up with these doggies, Trina? What's the village paying for canines for the hospital? Old meters, I mean, well, that's been a decade old conversation with those old meters. And Riley got that, didn't he, Trina? That $4 million for the outside water readers, so they didn't have to go into people's houses. I believe I remember you saying that. Oh, that's why. Going into, yeah, this commingling of funds and stuff. Okay, let's carry on. Task force meals, I believe in this full force. Task force. They got to eat. Okay. We're on page 22 of 24. I don't know what Chiefs Association. Is it fire or police? That they had a good time for $5,000. T-Mobile, Toshiba, trophies, a wall bracket. Is that for Belcher's picture? I'm sorry. Okay. Jason didn't want to pay this either. 2 J's for exhaust. I don't know what that would be for. And you got 1,000 hours. Verizon. Kennels. Okay. $20,000 for the canine. And I believe this is for the police canine. Did they spend $20,000 for a kennel at the police officer's house? That's the question. Because it should be the Taj Mahal. Now, canines, everywhere I've been, go home with the handler. Okay? So, $20,000 for a kennel. Because I know the dog goes home with the handler. So, unless Illinois has completely fallen off the edge of the earth and is in the abyss. Yes. I had 2 of those kennels in my backyard. You have to be very specific with them, but that's a lot of money for a kennel. But, okay. Alrighty. And we're almost done. Wentworth, West Side Tractor. This guy gets 1,000. So, $2,552,374.76. I can read those. So this is everything in the warrant list. And my position has always been You have to provide this to the residents. Why is it so difficult? Okay, let me see. Yeah, it's got to be a warm kennel. Yeah. The payroll amounts of each month. They only give on the warrant list the total, the gross payroll. So, yeah, but you know, mouse toes is, you know, you have to be specific with the canine dogs, you know, police dogs. They're a little bit different. Yeah. They used to have them on the old warrant list, who got paid what. But there is a website where you can go and find out how much people are being paid. Okay. And I'll have to show that in another one, right? Okay. So those are the warrant lists. Let's get back to the massacre.
All right. Is there a second?
Second.
Then motion and second. Any discussion? No.
I have one comment or question.
Right.
For the bills that are approved on this list, will those checks be released this week?
Every time you guys approve bills, we do release the checks.
And I'm asking that specifically, as Trustee Norwood mentioned, and I've sent, as you asked, I've sent several emails about vendors who have asked for payment for things that were approved. Be more specific, Third Millennium and Associates sent the email on December 1st. They indicated $17,000, which was approved in August. Pure Tech, $32,500, email sent on December 19th. They were approved in August. LED lighting, that's the stop signs, the flashing stop signs look really good. $17,999.80. That was emailed to on 12/19 asking for status. That was approved in April. Mako, $20,000. That was emailed on December 11th.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Jason. I just put the link that you can go to and look at anybody's salary in the village of Dolton.
That's for payment of multiple invoices. And D's Construction, $378,620.64. Again, I emailed without a response on December 15th. That was approved in July. That's the reason for my question is is just to confirm. I have your word on record. So that's my statement. Thank you.
Okay. So why do you guys keep taking things out of the warrant list that the people need? Why would y'all take out the concrete company? Why y'all keep taking stuff out that matters to the residents? Help me understand that, Trustee House. Why did you take that out?
So the items that I take out.
No. I'm talking about that one item right there. Concrete. Why did you take that out? How do public works keep going? If y'all take out people that supply us with things for water main breaks, because we had a whole issue when y'all did this same dancer show when it was Thanksgiving, and we didn't have any cold patch. We didn't have nothing because you guys took it out of the warrant list. So how do you provide for the residents when y'all play this game?
Would you like me to respond?
You should respond.
Okay. My statement's been the same for the last 4 months. We have bills that are piling up that are way past due. We cannot afford them. And yet we continue to go out and get new bills and accumulate new things without following a budget, without a plan, just willy-nilly. Hey, go over here. You get a plane ticket. You get some restaurant food. So at the end of the day, we have to pay all of our back stuff. Public Works again. Has Public Works been paid yet for their back pay for 4 years? Now we're past due. That's a lawsuit that they can file at any given moment. We also have other unions that are 4 years past due. We have tons of bills way past due, in addition to the bills that I just read into record that need to be taken care of. So if those bills get taken care of first, pay your old bills first, then we'll look at the new bills. That's my stance. Thank you.
Okay. So that's excuses, because at the end of the day, we still got to provide the service for the resident. Regardless of your thought or how you feel about things and how it's ran, our job is still make do with what we have. So right now, if we have to order concrete or need like I just said, a water main fix, a whole patch, It's people that call us every day about things like that. But you guys sit here and play this silly game and not take care of the people. Your job is to provide for the residents. Yet you guys won't even pass a tax levy. You guys won't even pass a budget. All these things warranted the things that you're asking to be paid, such as union negotiation, contracts. And you just stated, for the record, you've been here, what, 6 years now? So 4 years ago, you just stated, right? 4 years ago, you was the same trustee sitting there, right? So these are the same problems y'all had 4 years ago. All we're doing is trying to clean up what has been broken for so long.
Correction. That's the problem that you all have had for the past decade. Play these little semantic words all you want, okay? But this village has been desperate for over a decade. And this has been, why can't they fix it? It drives you insane. You know, this tit for tat back and forth. Hi about that life. Good to see you. I believe it. I believe it because this water department says before Riley Rogers was mayor. They haven't fixed it yet. Something's wrong there. Yeah. And welcome. But we're going to go over these warrant lists and the financial list that I believe Lloyd Lightfoot used in her reports because they're unaudited. And she stated that in her presentation. Okay, sorry, shutting up.
And if you guys would just work with me and stop fighting on every little thing, we will be a whole lot further as a community. There's no unity here. All you guys is create chaos. Y'all chaos agents.
I'm so sick and tired of hearing that. I'm sorry. But no, you can't have surf and turf for $1,700 or $700 for a training. Ugh.
All y'all do is go and create mess, but with no solution. Name one thing y'all have came up with and done in this community. Nothing. All y'all do is say, point finger. Oh, she doing this. Oh, he doing that. But y'all ain't did nothing for the people. So, prime example, I'm arguing with y'all over concrete. Concrete. That's way within our purchasing power. If our purchasing power is $20,000, we put it on there to be transparent for the record. Because y'all keep wanting to use that word. But all I'm asking you guys is do what's right. Stop picking and choosing people to not pay. If they did the work, pay them. What is the issue? Pay them. Y'all voted last time to pay, well, not y'all. That's when Tammy Brown flipped on y'all. Voted to pay everybody, including her friends. But yet you and the clerk chose not to even sign the checks. Y'all don't even sign the checks after the board voted to. Y'all just say this how the game go, right? We put it up, they vote for it, and whatever check come up, we supposed to sign them. Y'all didn't sign them at all. So let's talk about how you still got things sitting. Things sit.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Lola, yeah, the grants. Those are on, I found, the monthly financials, which is going to be interesting coming up.
Because y'all refuse to sign the checks. So if you refuse to sign the checks, what does that mean? That's my problem. Y'all have to do better, Trustee House. You can't want to lead people and can't lead, man. You got to do better. I keep telling you, just because you wear a suit don't make you suitable. Stop. You got to do better than what you're doing right now. And right now, you're doing is keeping up confusion, keeping up mess. You got to grow, man. All right, moving on.
Can I please make a statement?
Yep, make your statement.
4 years ago, we were not in this mess. 4 years ago.
Yes, we were.
So, correction. We were not in this mess. We were paying bills. We did not have vendors emailing us on a weekly basis for non-payment. Yes, I did approve to pay my friend, and it is January 2024, and my friend still ain't paid, along with other
because
and there you have it. Because Tammy Brown approved a $5 million warrant list. so her friend could be paid. I don't have to make up shit. It comes out of their mouths. All of these are elected officials. If you want the people to know, give them the warrant list. Okay.
Your other friends didn't sign the check, so let's get that right.
Let's just make it, be for real, be 100. People are not being paid, so this is nothing that nobody's doing a grandstand show. The emails are here. If anybody would like to see them, I can print you a copy and I will block out the other information.
But Tammy, you just admitted you approved a warrant list so your friend could be paid. That is unethical by anybody's standards. And you can't get away from that. It's unethical. You should have paid her out of your own pocket, or whoever it was.
So yes, again, we were not in this mess 4 years ago. We were able to pay our vendors because we followed the budget. That's the reason why you make a budget. And it is to be followed, not to spend and do as you want to do nilly-willy. Thank you.
Okay, not true, trustee. Let me take you down memory lane.
Oh.
Don't y'all have somebody from 5 Star and remember came for this body and y'all owe him money from 2019, 2017. So y'all wasn't paying y'all bills. Stop lying to the public. Y'all wasn't. Like I said, y'all got a grandstand on everything.
Minion, welcome to the chat. It's so good to see you. What was the service that Tammy's friend provided? I did a video on it, but maybe I should do a short video producing that warrant list. I don't know the friend's name because it's a very long warrant list. And it was $5 million. Well, it was over $5 million. And she voted yes. You cannot make this stuff up. It comes out of their mouths. Ashley, very good to see you. Subscribe to Minion. He has an absolutely wonderful. Minion, can you put your link in the description? Let this play and I'll get Minion's link.
And we got the invoice to prove it. Y'all saw it. And
Wasn't you on the board in
Hold on,
2019?
pause. Your friend wasn't paid because your friends, Trustee House and the Clerk Key, did not sign the check. And then I brought it up at the next meeting and I said, hey, they didn't sign the check, so what you gonna do? And you sat there, right? Didn't do nothing because it was okay. They can't make up government. The problem is they trying to make up government as they go. But all y'all do is keep losing. Y'all making a fictitious play world of y'all run stuff and y'all don't. Stop. I am the executive branch. Y'all are the legislative branch. That's it. Know your place. Learn your seat. And that's the problem y'all got. Y'all overstep. Y'all have to know what to do and y'all don't. That's why y'all keep losing. Y'all getting school from our attorney, the village attorney. Y'all got legislative accountant that y'all pay. Y'all talk about budgets, right? But y'all been paying that man, right? Y'all been putting him on one list,
not.
right?
You haven't
y'all been
paid
doing
him,
that.
so
Trustee,
stop
you are
telling that
out of
story.
order.
You
out of order.
Stop
So
telling
y'all
those
been
lies.
doing that, right? So
You
y'all
need to
should
stop
stop
lying.
that. Y'all keep on having this attorney come in, make up these fake lawsuits that y'all keep losing at the taxpayer's expense. That's what y'all keep doing. Y'all need to stop. But yet he's on payroll. Did y'all budget for that? Is it a line item for that? No.
It is.
No, y'all didn't budget for it at all.
Trina, with all the receipts. Tammy's friend redoing the skate rink. Oh.
And that is
It
the
is.
problem. It's good for y'all, but ain't good for us, right? Y'all could do what y'all want, but the minute we say, hey, hold on, y'all, let's change this. Let's fix this. Let's do something different. Y'all keep talking about all that happy medium stuff. I told you that's all fluff. And then we get to this point and then we got to fight over bills. pay the bills, pay the vendors. They did the work. It's like y'all want us to have bad credit. Y'all want us to have a bad image to the public that we don't pay our bills. That's the image y'all got out there. Why? Because y'all get here and people scared to come and do work in our village. We are a village, guys. This ain't no mom and pop store. We supposed to be known for paying our bills, our vendors, not sitting here and pointing out who we gonna take out. We don't do that, but y'all do. Call the roll.
Hey, clerk, for verification, this is
We done with discussion. Call the roll.
Clerk, is this with amendments? I'm talking to the clerk.
Clerk Key.
This is this vote for trustee? Thank you. Thanks, clerk. I appreciate it. Aye.
Trustee Norwood,
Aye.
trustee Stan Brown,
No.
trustee Tammy Brown,
Aye.
trustee House,
Aye.
trustee Holmes,
No.
trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay. So now we're going to go. Whoops. Click on the other one. Get that one off. And share the screen. Okay. Here is the monthly financial report for January of 2024. And I'm sorry I'm missing the comments. Tanjanique was in charge of the finances. Yes, and Keith Freeman, right? And I forget the other woman's name. From the ice skating rink to the roller rink. Aha. I'm pretty much agreeing with everything everybody is saying. So now we've got this gem. And I have a ton of these financial monthly reports. Yes, please hit the right like. Hello, Real Rep. Good to see you. Ashley, good to see you. And everybody that I've missed, I'm sorry. Janice Johnson, thank you, Trina. Trina has got it all. I'm telling you. Okay. So hopefully we can see this okay. All right. Table of contents. There's a lot of interesting things in here. Lots of and these will tell you who's lying and who's not lying, I think. Now, this is unaudited. And I want to stress that. And Lori Lightfoot even announced that they went by unaudited financial statements. And I believe this is what she's referring to. I have a ton of these over the years. I haven't produced them. I think this is the first time I'm producing them now. But this is, got your back. Thank you. So let's take a look at these financial records that nobody can seem to look at. Okay. Governmental funds. This one sticks out to me instantly. Minus 4.6 million for the general fund. That's a problem, wouldn't you think? I think. Okay, property taxes. Okay. This one, Park District, 300,000, but right below it, minus 300,000. Is that connected? I'm not sure. The thing that really bothers me here is this, the minus. Now this is, the first row is general fund. Second row is going to be special revenues. Third, debt service, and then the total. Okay. Total assets, 7.6 million. Okay. In the general fund. Liabilities. I want to take this a little slow so everybody can read it. And I'll go to the comments. Sling, we good. Okay, everybody got that one? We'll scroll back. We'll scroll down again. Liabilities, 8.2 million. This is general fund I'm looking at. Okay. And you can see here, unaudited. Okay. But Lightfoot used unaudited financials as well. And that's where I think she got the totals. Okay. We've got deferred inflow of resources, property taxes, grants. Somebody was asking about grants, and I'm sorry, I can't remember who. There's grants. Okay. Fund balances. Whoops, sorry. You see these negatives in here. See these negatives in here. Okay. This is first column, general funds. But over here, unassigned deficit. Over here in the total column, well, you might as well say 10 million. Why not at this point, right? The grant writer. I think they refused to pay for a grant writer. Now, the engineer would always get up and tell us what grants were being applied for and what grants were approved. But in the last couple of budgets, I'm quite sure they turned down. Carmen's wig definitely looked like she. Okay. Yeah. Minion. May I call you Minion? Advanced from other funds. Yeah. I wish I was an accountant too. But this is, oh, they are paying for a grant writer. Oh, are they getting the grants? Well, we just showed some grants, but certainly it wasn't 6 million, right? But they do get grants in. That much is sure. Okay. So, here we go. Revenues for property taxes. Yeah, no, not enough grants. Everything is paid, pretty much. I think Trina can correct me if I'm wrong, by the property taxes, because the businesses are not getting permits and all of that. Right? Aussie, hello, how are you? And everyone that I've missed that's coming in the chat. When I scroll through this, I can't see the chat. They spend the tax revenue. Yes, they do. They spend the tax revenue before they even get it. That's why they have to continuously pay and get these bonds. every single year. You have, I think, 3 bonds plus the Homewood disposal bond, plus the interest that they have to pay. And they've done this for over a decade, haven't they, Trina? We've all seen it. We've all seen it. So, I haven't seen a $6.6 million grant. So serve, save. Welcome. Grant money is allocated specific things. Correct. Yes, and it does have to be put into the budget, right? Right? Because if it's not in the budget, they can't spend it. And welcome to everybody who's coming in. I can't see the chat when I'm scrolling, so let's continue on. Okay. You see more revenues? Okay. Here's your total. Okay. Now, let's go to expenditures. We have to stop here because y'all have to see it. Right? And this lists all departments, which is interesting. General administration. Damn, that's a lot for administration. Media center, village clerk, police department, fire department, yada, yada, yada. You see all of that in here. Yes, Dolton was broke in 2013. And that's a fact. It's all documented. They just can't seem to get out of their own ways. We need to ask, is there a way to save it now? Dolton? I believe Trina said they're in receivership right now. That's not good. I don't know, brilliant disguise. They've had a media center forever. Ed Steve used to be in charge of it. And they would produce the board meetings, which I notice are not published anymore on the Village of Dolton website, which is strange. Trying to... Yeah. No minutes for 3 years. That's a disgrace when you don't have meeting minutes. And when you FOIA them and you don't get them, right? Jason gave that tax break to make it enticing for businesses to want to come to Dolton, but I don't think the businesses will keep that exemption. Well, it depends on how long it's for. Is it for 10 years? Are we talking about Class 8? Because I miss a lot of the comments. This is a lot to take in. And this all should be given to the residents. And I have always stressed this from day one. The school district. Monarch Butterfly. Hello. Welcome. Magic 8 Ball. She has a wealth of knowledge and has the answers. All you have to do is ask. High potential resides there. I must have missed the first bit of that. I'm sorry. Yeah. Class 8 is a discount for businesses. And the trustees can set that for how many years that they want. So I've seen in the movies, meetings. Okay, here we go. Okay, ooh, we've got some totals. Okay, expenditures. Okay, this is January 31st of 2022. There's no way, is there a way, this tiny village could have spent 22, well, you might as well say $23 million in 1 month. This is a monthly financial report for January 31st of 2024. Do you blame the clerk for no minutes, or is it Tiffany who isn't working with it? Tiffany's not working with anybody. With anybody. Now, I've heard that people have FOIA minutes, meeting minutes, and have not gotten them. Now, that would be on the clerk. Because I can kind of understand the financial stuff, but, you know, she has the minute. So, yeah, isn't that a lot of money? That's a lot of money. So, you see here, deficiencies of, what do we got? 6.2 million. And the total, 9.4. Might as well say 9.5. These are breakdown numbers. And these are unaudited. Okay. I want to specify that. But it really lets you know piece by piece, department by department. Gives you grant amounts. You know, tons of stuff. All right, comments. Let me see. Whoop. They're going fast. Yeah, the minutes need to be published. I did notice today, this morning, that the website has changed and has a little bit more transparency. From observing, Trina is a high potential individual. She has a plethora of potential. She does. She's got a brain like I don't know what. I have a very close friend who is really intelligent too, and it's hard for me to keep up. The minutes aren't usually transcribed. Wyoming, what do you mean? They're not transcribed. Oh, it's not word by word. No, they're, especially in this chaos, right? Can you imagine being the clerk and having to write these minutes word by word on these meetings? Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, when they say for the record, yeah, I mean, okay, let's go back. Here we go. How about these figures? You know, you can't say they're lying because even though these are unaudited, okay, I know Lori Lightfoot said she was using unaudited records. So I do believe these are the records she was talking about. And this is just 1 month. Okay. Whew. Okay. I can't see the chat while I'm doing this. Okay. Here's the balance sheet for the general fund. Okay. I'm going to do assets. Current year actual, prior year actual. These are actuals. Okay. So the cash, 4.6 minus. Prior year, 2 million. Total assets from the prior year to this year. Current year. Okay. Liabilities. Gee. Let me see if I can get that all in there. There you go. And please screenshot these. You know. Let me switch to the comments. Yeah, and Mousto's, the finance company wouldn't endorse the finance report, and they put it out. Okay. Yeah, the clerk types them. Well, Mary Kay, she got an assistant like Clerk Key does because they're both part-time, right? And the clerk has to do the executive sessions. The assistant can't. So the way it was when Mary Kay, the assistant would type up the minutes. Do I have that right? Was it a blast in the side chat tonight, Mouse Toes? I haven't been able to read the comments, so. Yeah, and they're paying Kasperic like thousands and thousands of dollars every month. For your request for, I missed it. Comments are going fast. Under this, no, they don't, Trina. Yeah. So here we go. Total liabilities. Yikes. Okay, what else? Now, continued. General fund. Okay. You have to stop it there. And I'll tell you, if anybody wants any of these, email me. Here, I'll put it in chat. There's my email. There you go. That's my email. I'll email them to you. You know, they're all in PDF form. They'll just take a few taps of the keyboard and off it goes to you. Yeah, one month. This is craziness. It's a tiny village. It's only 20,000 people. And it's not a gated community. You would think it was, but it's not. Okay. Boy, these are big numbers in the deficit. Can't afford stuff. Okay. I can't see the comments, so I'm sorry. Okay. I gotta make this a little bit. Sorry. There we go. Hopefully you can see it. So, detailed revenue, expenditures, and changes in the fund balance. General fund. We've got the first column, January, actual, but it's unaudited, so who knows. Fiscal year to date, fiscal year budget, all zeros. Percentage of the budget and prior year, January, actual. Okay. So, fiscal year to date, it's almost the same as the prior. Grants. See, they do list the grants. I'm not seeing a $6 million grant yet. But didn't Keith Freeman say it was a totality of grants? Or am I wrong? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And I'm sorry I'm missing so many comments. Okay. We'll pause there. Yes, Mouse Toad. Yeah, he certainly did. It was, I don't know. We must be all in preschool, right? Okay. But, okay, here we go. The end of this list. Utilities. Okay. And unaudited. Okay. Can I make this bigger for y'all? Ooh, I don't think so. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I can. Revenues. Okay. Okay. Okay, so here's the total amount. Now this was the prior year. And this is for, let me go back, January actual. So the prior year in January, 427,000. This year, 89,000. Okay. Okie dokes. This is just continued expenses. Yeah, I do think Freeman had too much control. But she did it with Delgado, Freeman, the police department, others empowered, definitely not with the trustees. I missed the conversation. I'm sorry. When I'm scrolling, I can't see the comments. Stephen, it's so good to see you. And settlements are also included in these financial statements. Okay, swing it down. Alrighty. Trying to leave it there for just a second. Yeah, he was the village administrator. Oh, and please like the video or live something like that. Yeah, why didn't they get the receipts for the credit cards? And which bank did it come from? Because you have 22 banks for this village. 22 banks. Hi, Tiffany Gibson. Good to see you. She makes a lot of assumptions with no receipts. Exactly. Still trying to find receipts on the things she said about the trustees, and there is none about them being dirty. Yes. We just did show Tammy Brown doing a little finagling that I did not think was ethical. However, these receipts need to be provided. You can't just, Francois, I would like to ask you a question at the end, please. Of course. A military politic trustee question. Okay. You betcha, babe. Yeah, bankruptcy fraud. What is it with all these bankruptcy frauds? These people make a lot of money. And yet they're going bankrupt. And then they have to commit fraud to go bankrupt. Okay, let's continue. Try to make it big. So, there's your liability insurance. You know, when you're doing all these lawsuits, and, besides trustees and, I'm sorry, legal fees. There's your legal fees for January. Everybody wants to know how much, all the legal fees are. Okay. Settlements. There's the settlements. Okay. For that month. It says none. But in that January meeting, they said they came out of executive session for a settlement. Maybe that'll be on the February. Okay. Grants. Somebody asked about grants. Here is the grants. Okay. Now, you see there's no budget here. So they can't give you a percentage of what the budget was for that specific department or whatever. Special events and activities. That kind of bumped up, didn't it? If I were an accountant, which I'm not. Total general administration. Okay. Want me to pause there? Yeah, they're all snitching. No, Man of Salmon, welcome. And to everybody who's joining the chat, no meeting minutes. Why? It behooves me. Oh, switching to whom? To those who can do what they do. 500K for telephone. Let me see. Yep. How can you have that amount for telephones? I noticed that they all have two phones. The administration, anyways. I've never noticed the trustees having two phones. Was it a business phone and then their personal phone? I don't know. But in the warrant list, they have Verizon, AT&T, and all that stuff. Martin B., welcome. I don't think Tiff puts, I lost your comment. Tiff puts the minutes on the agenda. Yeah, she doesn't. But now they are. Because the trustees have a hold of those meetings, right? So, okay, Trina, the clerk's going to get invested formally. Yeah, I think all of them are. You know, all of the elected officials and all of the administration and department heads, I think, right, are being investigated. Okay, let's continue on. Okay, expenditures. And hit the like if you like this content. Comments. I'm reading comments. Yeah, if the trustees call the meetings, they are. Yeah. Several agencies. Now, Francois. We talked about beavers. And welcome to everybody that has joined and is watching. I appreciate it. I'm just putting out the information. Can the minutes be FOIA'd? They have been. Trina, can you answer that for me about meeting minutes and the FOIA process for those? I think you were just there, right? Waiting for your FOIA for minutes. I'm not sure. I might be mistaken. Okay. You guys chat it out because I can't see you. Wait a minute. This is media? This is just media. The media center. Wow. That's, wow. Okay. There we go. Village clerk. This is what I like. They go through each department and they show training, publishing, office supplies, you know, contractual. These are great, aren't they? Thank you, Minion. I appreciate that. These are fantastic records because all this back and forth, you're lying, you're lying, you're lying, you're lying. These are the records. And I'm going to say it again. These are unaudited. Okay. These financial reports for each month, unaudited. However, I'm quite sure, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, Lori Lightfoot used the unaudited financials in her report. I could be wrong. Okay, I can't see the chat now because I'm scrolling. Okay, so that was village clerk. Okay. Here we have the police department. Oop. Is there overtime? Overtime. Where is it? Where's it? Catch it. Quick. Oh, 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 oh. Ow. Ooh, snap. You know, I'm laughing. This is not funny. Okay, this is it. It's not a laughing matter, but you can actually see for your own eyes what these figures are. You can't deny them. And this is for all elected officials. You can't deny black and white. You just you can't. I see somebody saying hi to, or thank you to Shadow Seeker. Welcome. Martin B, welcome. Everybody that I have missed. When I scroll through these, I cannot see the chat, and I'm sorry. Somebody's stomach hurts. Yeah, what justifies this? Exactly. What justifies it? But you can see it here. So whoever is talking, you can clearly say that's a lie. Okay? And you could specifically point to it with these financial reports and the warrant list. This is what I've been saying for 6 months. Why can't the residents have the agenda, the warrant lists, both of them, AP and electronic, and any ordinance that is going to be discussed or voted upon? That should be in a package upon the residents entering the meetings. It's just, basic government stuff. Okay. So that there is the police department. I don't think we're done with the police department yet. Once again, unaudited. Okay. Yeah, more on the police department. Which makes sense because, the police department has a lot of expenses, right? Okay, so Jiminy Crickets. Okay, there we have it. The total. Oh, 6.1 million prior year January actual. Okay, this is just January's monthly. Am I reading this right? January actual is the first column, right? Okay. I hope I'm reading this right. Hopefully I am, but everybody can read it for themselves. So, okay, fire department expenses. Oops, sorry. Tink. Here's all your salaries. Firefighters overtime. Now, year to date, for the police was over $1 million. The fire department is $627,000. Whew. So much information. So this is where residents and, everybody can see with their own two eyes instead of this back and, I'm sorry if you hear traffic, my window is open. Instead of, listening to this back and forth arguing, Okay, let's hopefully finish out the firefighters. Maybe not. But police and fire have a lot of expenses. Let me check the comments quick. They was paid to spend the night protecting her. Oh, yeah, I heard that. I heard it was 24 hours a day, right? This is why I admire the ethical decision of the rebellious trustees saying stop. Yeah. You cannot deny the numbers. This back and forth arguing, it does no good. And that's why I keep saying for months, produce the warrant list. Produce it. You know, Lori Lightfoot should have hired me. I do well for myself. Thank you though. Actually, I'm going to start doing tutorials on horse racing. Yes, horse racing. Because it's very easy. It's how I make my bread and butter. How I am able to have racehorses myself. And I will teach you exactly how to make money on it. It's very easy. You can make as much as you want, as little as you want. And it's all legal. Yay! These villages have programs for seniors such as bingo, line dancing. Well, I think it's a township, Tiffany, isn't it? And that big bingo. That's absolutely ridiculous. You know, when they said big bingo, I don't know. Which track, Douglas? There's 3 in New York State. There's Belmont, which I think is under construction right now. Aqueduct and Saratoga. I think a couple of my horses is going to be running in Saratoga. The trainer is saying next year. No, this year. It's 2025. Tiffany, we are not. Oh, yes, you are part of the township. Yes. So yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying now. I'm sorry. Somebody's going to Gulfstream Park. Martin. Good. That's a nice place, isn't it? Tampa Bay is, they need to do something. I don't know. Potato? I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I have to get with the trainers and see what kind of schedule they have. Oh, Grifter. I did buy that horse, Cynthia. I did. Hi, Shadow Seeker. It's good to see you. Oh, you're in Boston Spa. Yeah, I did buy Grifter. 32K. I think he was 32K. I can't remember actually. Yeah, it's a great sport, and I really love it. Okay, back to business. Let's get the business done. All right, so here's the total. Now remember, this is just for January, the first column, and that's from the year to date, from January to January. Okay. Finance department. Salaries. Well, this, well, you know it's not going to be for Keith Freeman or anybody else. Yeah, Tiffany just says, Wyoming, couple of horse ranches. Yeah, I love my horses. Tiffany always says, don't worry about it. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. And though she doesn't show you. But I call upon all elected officials. The gray ones are great for grass, turf racing. Okay, here we go. Oh, you do rodeo. Yeah. Do you ride? Do you ride the horses in the rodeo? And do you ride the bulls? Wyoming? Oh my. Yeah, the township is a mess. Everything is a mess. Everything's just a mess. Okay. Public Works. Sorry. Public Works. I'm sorry, this is turning into a long live, but it's a lot of information to give out. I don't particularly care for slideshows, or PowerPoint, because you just lose a lot in the translation, I think. But I have nothing against Lori Lightfoot. I think she's respectable. I don't know anything about her mayorship in Chicago. Okay, so expenditures for Public Works. Here we are. Now they're always talking about sidewalks, right? And streets, but there's zero here, right? For January. That's what they're always talking about. For Public Works, anyways. Okay. No grants. Do you think departments should get their own grants? It's just a question. I don't know. And I'm sorry I can't see the comments when I'm scrolling. So here's your Public Works for the month totals. This is January's total for 2024. And then you got Property Preservation Engineer Department. Did not know that was a thing. But here we have it. Yeah, I don't understand wigs. I don't get wigs. Okay. There we have that. Okay. Expenditures for the what was it called? Property Preservation Engineer Department. I think we're still on that. Oh. Okay. Totals. Housing Department. Ooh. It's always been a thing with the Housing Department, right? And let me put in here again my email. I'll email anybody these warrant lists and financial lists. They're all PDF files. I hope I put that in right. Let me start over. I'm typing. Sorry. Okay. I hope I put that in right. Did I spell it right? Yep, I think so. Okay. Going back. I have never rode a bull, but I have ridden a horse. Okay. Okay, Wyoming. Okay. So that was housing. Okay. My goodness. Sanitation department. Contract collection. Now, is that going to be homeward disposal? Bear like our Francois, yes. Set up Google Docs in the description. When I email or when somebody emails me. Okay. When I go through these, I can't see your comments. I'm sorry. Debt services. Huh. Oh, here's all the lease payments. You know, all those pesky lease payments that you see in the warrant list? Here they are. Who's the winner? Police. Public Works isn't too far behind. Okay. Now what else? Okay. Nothing for January that I see. Net change. Damn. These are some sad numbers, aren't they? Sad. Sad, sad, sad. Water fund. Prior year, current year. Let me check the comments. Douglas has a crush. Oh, I'm sorry, Douglas. And Arizona, train horses. He's a horse whisperer, Wyoming. That's wonderful. That's terrific. Please let's get the likes up. Thank you, Potato. Because I can't read the comments when I'm scrolling through the lists. So I guess I'll have to read them later. Okay. So here we are. Assets. Deferred outflows. Liabilities. All right. Continuing on with the Enterprise Fund, Water Fund, / City of Chicago. Boom. Total liabilities. Water Fund. Boom. Now, why did they call it the Enterprise Fund - Water Fund? Is it like an enterprising? Shadow Seeker, you can email me. And I see you said no glasses. I can email you these financial lists and the warrant lists. Whatever you want, just email me. And at the end of this live, I'm sorry it's going on for so long. But I will email them to anybody that wants them. Okay. Now they owe Chicago from 2013, and I think it was 2017 they made a $11 million settlement because Chicago sued the village for not living up to their payment plan that they had. And the settlement was $11 million, and they are still paying for it today. Over $1 million a year just for that payment, not counting the payments that they have to make. Boy. We are only 21 pages into this list. Dear Lord in heaven. And we're still in the water department. Revenues. Well, that certainly doesn't add up, does it? Operations. Oh, they've got the purchase of water on here. Looky there. Huh. Interesting. Why does the water department have these large bank fees? Let me check the comments. Anybody? I'm missing all of the comments. Okay. What are these totals for water? I think it was Valeria Stubbs that said they pay over $2 million the residents for water a year. I don't know. It for some reason that just sticks out. But the loss for operating. Oh dear Lord in heaven, we're still going through water. Okay. Enterprise fund, sewer fund. Here's your sewer. Which I believe is the sewer and the water and the garbage is all rolled up into one bill, I believe. Yeah, bank fees for the water department. Is that odd? Or is it just me? I don't know. Whew. This is so much information. This is only page 23 of 44. So whew, it's a lot. Just gonna try to. No, we're still on the sewer fund. Man. You got your salaries. Management. There's no management in the sewer department? Was there in the water? Bank fees. Wow, here's the concrete they're always complaining about. Okay. These are operating expenses. Whew. Oh, non-operating. There we go. Let me look at the comments. I don't understand the whole water history either. It makes no sense. Not at all. Why can't they fix that department? I just don't know. I don't know. Observation of cities and towns as a former mayor. Oh, status quo. Mayor of a small town. Enterprise means functions government runs, thinking they can do it better than private entity companies. Okay. Take a break if you need to, Conscious. I think I will, just for a moment. Thank you very much, Karen. No wonder this report couldn't be audited. Yeah, none of them are. None of them are. Melanie Fitness. I'm going to pause here and I will be right back. Okay, got some coffee. Woo. Anybody from? Do you mean Greenland, Francois? Okay. Here we go. Wyoming is the only one during this breakdown. Oh, I am. Okay. Yeah, a lot of my subscribers are residents of Dolton. And I'm very glad of that. Because they need to know, right? Okay. There we go. And I know this is a lot, and thank you so much for sticking with me going through these. Still in Melanie Fitness. Okay. Remember, Melanie's is shut down, so you're not going to see. Why does Melanie have a credit card fee? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Winky, good, so good to see you. Do you think you could get Jason House to come on a live with you and explain the water department? Or even if he could send you an email explaining the water department. I could certainly send him an email. I don't know how to have a guest on live here. But that scares and threatens those in power. I missed it. Oh, this channel is growing. Oh, thank you, Scott. Yeah. We're not going to get, oh, thank you, brilliant. I really appreciate that. And anybody else who has sent a super chat or anything, thank you very much. When I'm going through these, I can't see the chats. I just happen to see brilliant. Yeah, it's, oh, somebody gifted you a membership. Oh, I think it was Wyoming that gifted memberships. Yes. And anybody who wants these reports or warrant lists, I have them and I will email them to you. I will put my email in the chat again before I sign off. So, okay. Discuss the water department bonds. The bonds. Oh, Scott, the bonds. What is the actual detailed plans? Has anybody put that out? Jason wouldn't come on as a guest until after the election, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't think he would either. I wouldn't know how to have a guest on here, to be honest. Okay. Yes, he is brilliant. He is. And that's great because we need to hear from him, right? So, I haven't seen any plans of how they're going to fix this problem because they know about it, right? Okay. All righty. So we're on Melanie's. And you see a deficit here in January. What other professional services are for Melanie Fitness? Okay. Alrighty. A lot of information on these. That's why it's so important. Special revenues. TIFs. I got to make this smaller so you can see it. There we go. Here's all your TIFs in the American Rescue Fund. And like I said, unaudited. Okay. So here's our TIFs. Okay. These are their TIF accounts. Remember, they had to take money out of a TIF. Was that TIF 3? I can't remember which TIF account it was. Maybe somebody knows in the chat. I can't see the chat right now. Okay. Here's your balances, influx, total liabilities. Okay. Okay. Pensions. Sorry, I have to do it smaller so it fits on the screen. Police pension, firefighters pension, special income, public safety, federal forfeiture, state forfeiture, foreign fire tax, and the totals. Okay, 11 million. Might as well say 12 million. Whew. No softball questions. Oh, okay. You're talking about Jason. Okay. I'm sorry this is so small. But that's the only way I can get it to fit. So, police, fire, special income, public safety, federal forfeiture, state forfeiture, foreign fire tax, and the total. Okay. Oh. Huh. Property taxes allowance. Okay. Now we can make it bigger again. Whoops. There you go. Special revenue funds. Well, the TIFs again. These are all unaudited. This is for January 2024 financial report. Okay. Street scarification. What is street scarification? Does anybody know? Yeah, Jason has been doing interviews. I saw him. Oh gosh, I can't remember. Sorry. I'm sorry, Shadow Seeker. Who's the perfect channel? I can't read the comments when I'm scrolling. So yes, everybody has their opinions, Cynthia, and that's okay to have an opinion. Tear up old asphalt. Would that be what it's for? Okay, I'm going back. Ah, yeah. That would make sense. More special revenue TIFs. Okay. And I have to say, every time I email Jason House, he emails me right back. If I ask for a warrant list, he sends it to me. I was absolutely shocked before because I asked him for one, and 5 minutes later, I got it. You know, that's the act of scraping off top layer of asphalt. Thank you very much, Status Quo. Yeah. So I do have to say that about Jason House. I've asked other trustees, and Kiana forwarded it to the clerk, which I knew was a dead end. Never heard back. And the other trustees never answered my email. But Jason did. So take it the way you want it, you know. Okay. What do we got next? Okay. Why do we have pensions again? Page 31 of 44, people. We're getting there. And like I said, anybody that wants these, they're in PDF form. Most of these I did not get by FOIA. Well, I didn't get any of these by FOIA. None. So I had to do it by other means. More pensions. Okay. Expenditures. Okay. Oh, good. We can increase. And these are unaudited. Say it again. Did I do it too? Okay. Here's where you get into your bonds. Oh, let me. A little bit. There we go. I'm always talking about the bonds. Okay, because they're important. Because they have been getting bonds, all of these bonds, and you can see these bonds are 2009. Okay. Every year they get these bonds. Roland Martin interviewed Jason. I missed that one. I missed that. Yeah, I do like the numbers. And New York is a huge waster if money on asphalt. Town that spends a lot for, as Tiffany says, no work. Okay. Yeah, so these are the bonds that they get every single year. They renew these bonds every year. So they borrow money, 3 bonds, and a Homewood disposal bond. Oh, thank you, Potato. Good night. And we'll catch you later. So this has been in existence, well, you can see 2009, okay? But they get these every year. It's not a secret. Anybody will tell you that. They've done it forever. And they pay these bonds back by property taxes. So that's why the property taxes are spent before they even hit the bank. You know, and that's just the way this village operates. Okay. 33 pages. But the bonds are a big issue. You can't get out of debt if you're continuously borrowing money. Everybody knows that, right? Okay. I don't know how, oh, here's the principle for these bonds, okay? And this is the interest that they have to pay on the bonds. And here's the total. So you're just paying your taxes to pay for borrowed money. You can't operate that way. I don't care if you're your own household, a business, or a municipality. It just doesn't work. Okay, this is a supplementary. Debt service funds. We're going to go through this kind of quick because we're going way over what I expected. Okay. We should have graphs in here. I'm sorry I can't see the chat while I'm scrolling. Okay. Oh, they don't have any graphs here. Usually they have graphs in here for each department. But this one they don't. Ah, here we go. I'm going to have to make this small. Okay. Can you see that okay? Is that good? Shadow Seeker was just making a joke because asphalt is expensive everywhere. Yeah. A lot of people complain about people standing on the side of the road supervising. That goes on everywhere, doesn't it? Shadow Seeker. My uncle, he was one of the ones supervising, and he got a lot of money. He got paid a lot of money. Just sit there on the side of the road and watch people do what they do. Can you see how much it costs printing those things? Printing what things? I'm sorry. That's the problem with scrolling, sharing your screen on this. You can't see the comments. I'm sorry, Francois. But yeah, the bottom one is the police department. This whole big section around the bottom, blue. Upper right, big, light blue is general administration. That little sliver next to it, administrative compensation. Next to that, to the left, is debt service. Next, sanitation. Next is housing. That teeny tiny sliver is permits and licenses. Next is property acquisition department. Next is property preservation engineer department. Next, light blue is public works. The little green is the finance department, and then the fire department. And those are all the things that they show. Okay, I can make it bigger again. Okay, much bigger. Cash balances. Well, looky here in January 31st of 2024. What do we have here? Do I have a tablet? I do have a tablet. I've got 2 laptops and 2 desktops. Yeah, 44 pages, Francois. It's a lot. It's a lot. But here is the general fund. Cash balances. So, I have a question. Why do they need Lori Lightfoot? Can anybody answer me that? And I'm being serious. Because they all have this information, right? Oh, I could have the chat open on a tablet. That's a good idea. Thank you. I'll remember that, Cynthia, next time. Now that we're almost at the end. But seriously, can somebody tell me why they need Lori Lightfoot when they have all the answers here? Because these are, really in depth. They give each department how much the overtime is for each department, how much the salaries are. Every little thing each department spends is on these lists. Yeah, she was a prosecutor. Yeah, damn good one too. And it's nothing against Lori Lightfoot. It's just a question. The interplay of mayor and trustees outside yes, of course, status quo. Okay, hit me on the head. Because yes, I did hear that, Ashley. Yes. Yes, Wyoming. She was the mayor of Chicago. I do not know her record. I didn't look it up. I didn't feel the need to. Because that's not what she's here for. But that makes sense, status quo. Thank you very much. To have outside intervention. To have, and didn't Jason House say that? I think he did. To have somebody on the outside looking in. So nobody could accuse anybody of making up numbers or anything like that. That makes sense. But these are the numbers, and you can't deny figures. You can talk about whatever you want to talk about, but you can't deny the numbers. And this is what is so important. This is what I've been, screaming, warrantless. Where are they? So, okay. General fund. Bing. Okay, restricted funds. Okay, this is restricted. Now, to me, you got Homewood disposal bond proceeds. Restricted, you can't just spend what you want, right? So, here's all the numbers. You can see it for yourself. You can tell who's lying and who's not lying. This is what I like. I like to say, screw you. You're lying. Stop lying. Because we can see it for ourselves. What is going on, right? These are bonds that have no numbers. And reminding again, unaudited, but I think this is what Lori Lightfoot has been using. Okay, long-term debt bonds. Okay. But these bonds have got to stop. But how do you get out of this? How do you get out of this mess when you're always borrowing and paying what you borrowed with the property taxes? Bring in more businesses, obviously. But if you're not giving businesses permits, how do you get businesses in? If you don't get businesses Class 8s, how do you get businesses in? I have no idea. I can't tell you. I can only give you the numbers. That's all. And we're almost done here. Okay. One more page. This is the last page. Oh, I got to make it smaller. Sorry. Okay. Utility aged trial balance by district. I don't have a clue. I can only assume that this would be electricity. But why aren't you paying the electric company? Does this like work differently in Dolton? I'm not sure. Is this what? Because you've got residential, multifamily, commercial, and industrial. This I have no idea. I think there's 4 districts. No, 6 through 8. Sorry. Yikes. Okay. And that is the end of the financial report for 2024 January. That's January's. Okay. Okay, so oh my gosh, I've been on here 3.5 hours. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna put in the chat my email address. Anybody that wants these lists, I have a ton of them. I did not FOIA these records. I did get them on my own. Jason House did provide me with a few of the warrant lists. Okay. So that is my email address. You can email me and I will provide them for you. So thank you so much for sticking with me. Hit the like on the way out. If you like the if you like the content, let me know. Yeah, status quo. It has to stop. Yeah, I read a warrantless surf and turf for a training session or something for like $700 or $900. Yeah. Hi, Queen. Good to see you. And I'm sorry for everybody that I missed in the chat. Cynthia, I will do that the next live I do because that's a great thing to do. the general assistant budget before Tiffany cooked them up. I do have budget reports. So all you have to do is email me, and I've put it in the chat, and I will send you, if I have it, whatever you request. Okay, so I'm going to sign off, and thank you so much for watching, the viewers, the comments. You too, Bob. Stay warm. So I have my window open, but also watch All in the Queue. She has so many. Oh, wonderful. Beautiful. I will. Thank you, Tiffany. I certainly will. And it's all about just giving the information out to people, isn't it? You know, people have made me mad. I've gone overboard on some of my videos. I've taken them down and apologized for them. You know, we're not going that route. There's been a lot of documents that have already been sent out that I've covered. But thank you very much, everybody, and have a great night. Okay, bye-bye.